Heart attacks or heart disease is one of the biggest killers of men and women in the United States. Everybody's familiar with the obesity epidemic in the United States, but you don't have to be obese to have heart disease or have a heart attack. What we find is one of the biggest problems in our healthcare system is the failure of healthcare professionals to listen to their patients. Patients generally know how they're feeling. They generally know when there's a change in their condition, and it's very important to healthcare professionals that they listen to their patients. That's where things start. And when patients start experiencing shortness of breath, fatigue, jaw pain, chest pain, arm pain, there are a large number of symptoms that can indicate that a patient is suffering from heart disease. Heart disease develops where our arteries start developing plaque inside and underneath the lining of our arteries. An actual heart attack occurs when the lining ruptures and that plaque pours into the artery, clogging the artery. If that situation isn't responded to appropriately, the patient can sustain permanent heart damage or even death. There are tests available like stress tests and EKG which can help diagnose these conditions, and if there is a sufficient suspicion of heart disease, a cardiac catheterization can be done. It's a relatively simple situation where they inject dye into the patient's artery and then they look at the flow of that dye through the arteries to determine whether or not there's any significant blockage. This all begins, though, with healthcare professionals listening to their patients. The problem is where the healthcare professionals don't listen to the patients and don't provide the necessary testing to evaluate the patient, we can end up with an undiagnosed heart condition which can lead to severe cardiac damage or death. If we have not answered your specific questions in this video or the rest of the videos and information on our website, please contact us for a free consultation. We believe that you have too much at stake not to protect your legal rights.